When 48 grams of magnesium reacts with oxygen, 80 grams of magnesium oxide is produced. What mass of oxygen is reacting with the magnesium? So let's write this on the equation because it's often a lot easier. When 48 grams of magnesium, let's write 48 grams on top of that. 80 grams magnesium oxide is produced, so 80 grams on that one. What mass of oxygen? So the question here is what mass of oxygen? And we need to give our answer to 3 significant figures. Let's just quickly underline that as well, because that's something that lots of us will forget at the end. Okay, so we've got a calculating quantities question here. Calculating quantities questions have 3 distinct stages. Stage 1 is moles. Stage 2 is stoichiometry, and stage 3 is moles. So I'm just going to write them out here like this: moles, stoichiometry, and moles again. Now, to be absolutely honest with you, we don't need this information here, the 80 grams of magnesium oxide. We can work solely from the 48 grams of magnesium. So we want to know how much oxygen reacts with this magnesium. So let's calculate moles of magnesium. Well, moles equals mass over atomic mass for magnesium. Now, if we look on the periodic table, we'll find the atomic mass of magnesium is 24. The mass of magnesium here is 48. 48 divided by 24 is 2 moles. So 2 moles of magnesium is what we have. So the stoichiometry now. The stoichiometry means big numbers. Okay, so what are the big numbers in the equation here? Well, there's a 2 before the magnesium, and there's no big number there before the oxygen, so that actually is a 1. So 2 reacts with 1. So how do we get from 2 to 1? Well, that's a half, isn't it? Going from 2 to 1, we're halving the 2. So how do we halve 2? We divide by 2. Okay, now we actually start with 2 moles here, so the stoichiometry is exactly that. 2 reacts with 1, so 1 mole of oxygen. That's what we have. Okay, so stage 3, moles, and we need to rearrange this equation here now to make mass the subject. So we want to know the mass of magnesium that's used. So to do that, that's going to be mass equals moles times the formula mass. I just used the abbreviation MR for formula mass. Now, the formula of oxygen is O2. So if we look at the periodic table, oxygen's got an atomic mass of 16. It'll be 16 next to oxygen on the periodic table. So 16 plus 16 equals 32. So we've got 1 mole of oxygen times a formula mass of 32 equals 32 grams. All these questions and more on elshamhighchemistry.com.